but I have a friend who knows slightly more than I do about this. So we're gonna have Daniel come up here and talk about bodybuilding right now.
Yeah, so hello and welcome everybody to the second presentation of the evening. Thanks JP for the nice intro. Yes, and actually, as he said, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about bodybuilding and fitness and how I actually ended up here because of the sport. So our agenda for the next 12 or 10 minutes will look something similar to this. So first I want to make a differentiation between bodybuilding and the actual bodybuilding I experience and do. And after that, I try to prepare some takeaways for everybody so that everybody here gets something out of this presentation regarding fitness and nutrition. So as this is a topic I could talk on forever, I would say. As most of you guys have experienced when you ask me simple questions, I go very likely on forever. So I try to cut it down to this presentation, and if everybody else has some questions afterwards, feel free to ask me at any time. So, as I said, first of all, when you hear bodybuilding, most of the time people think about something similar to this or this. So you have chicken, rice, and broccoli, so in general, boring food. Or you have the narcissistic dude flexing in the mirror, mostly overtanned. So in general, you can say bodybuilding has in our current society not really the best image. For me, it was totally different. So through the sport, I was definitely able to gain a lot of motivation, also become much more disciplined, and other than that, I was able to structure my days so much better because I wanted to fit in the training and also the nutrition in my already pretty packed day with work, university, and sometimes also social life. So, of course, I have to admit that there is some chicken, rice, and broccoli, and there are some flexing dudes. It's part of the sport. So, but also important to mention for me is that regarding the food, there's also a lot of other food. If you haven't seen it on my Instagram, you will definitely see it after I finish my competition this weekend. There will be tons of different food, trust me. So as you can see here, bodybuilding is not only these two images. You also have the other aspects, the benefits I want to come through, which is the motivation, the discipline, and for example, the structured days. Other than that, I want to point out some other advantages of the sport, which is you don't have any food waste. As you're planning your day with what you're eating on the day, or even on a weekly basis or monthly basis, you're just gonna buy what you eat, and then at the end of the week, you don't look in your fridge and be like, damn it, I wanted to eat that at some point, and now I have to throw it away. So even if you're not into the sport, just think about that and perhaps try to lower your food waste. Another important point is for me, training is kind of a meditation. So I really enjoy going into a gym session after I have a 10, 12-hour day or whatever. And in the training, it's really the me time. I put on my headphones and I can stop thinking and caring about all the other stuff and really concentrate on myself. And you kind of connect your body and your mind together. This brings me to the next point, which is confidence. Through the sport, I gained a lot of confidence. Because of that, I was able to connect my mind and my body so that I feel more confident with myself, and in general also, that is one of the reasons why I'm standing here. I was never the person who wanted to present or even be disciplined and motivated to prepare something like this, but since I started the sport, this changed drastically. I kind of enjoy doing speeches, and I definitely enjoy being disciplined and motivated. And this is what brought me to KLU actually. Because of that, I was able to come here and enjoy this awesome time at this good university. Last but not least, fitness or bodybuilding brings you definitely a lot of benefits regarding your health. Of course, some will argue that drinking 10 liters of water and dehydrating for a show is not healthy. Okay, I give you that. But not everybody has to do that, and that's why I prepared some takeaways. So just regarding fitness and nutrition, things that everybody can do and should keep in mind. So first of all, fitness is something which is definitely for everybody. If you play soccer, if you play football, whoever is here, Americans, Germans, you know what I mean. If you go for a run, doesn't matter what you do, you name it, everything is sport and is fitness. So from there, you can improve your cardiovascularity, which is the first part and one of the important factors about fitness. A healthy heart is a healthy person. So keep that in mind whenever you do something, you do it for you. A second important point is you burn calories while you're doing any kind of sport. And this will be important later on when I come to the calories in versus calories out. And last but not least, the more sport you do, the more results you will have and the more additional benefits of what I've just mentioned you will have. Yeah, this brings me to the second point, the nutrition. The nutrition is something which is one of the most important factors if you want to see results in the sport. I definitely have to admit that, because training is 1 or 2 hours of your day. The other 22 hours is what really counts if you have the discipline or not, if you want to achieve something. But it is also not as, I would say, not as critical as my people think. It is actually about the calories in versus calories out I mentioned earlier. At this point, I want to really make clear that most of the diets or anything else you find in magazines or in the internet is BS, to be honest. Nothing of this is evidence-based, as Niels would have said. It's actually pretty logical, as we would have heard it in math class. So you have a simple plus-minus. If you want to gain weight, you should eat more than you are burning through the day. So your calories in should be higher than your calories out, and this is how you build muscle. Hopefully not too much fat. On the other side, if you want to lose weight, it's the other way around. We look again at the calories in. They should be lower than our calories out, and that's how you burn fat. Because your body is trying to make up for the difference we have here by taking the energy already stored in your body from the food you ate at some point earlier in your life. That is the fat. Now that we have the one variable here, which is the food, I want to come closer to that. The food we eat consists out of macronutrients, which are protein, carbs, and fats. And when you have a close look at this, without knowing anything, you see already, okay, the big difference is the fat here compared to these two. It is much higher it has a higher density for storing energy in your body. And this is one of the main reasons why everything fatty tastes so good, because our body wants to have it. It is the most efficient way to store energy in the body. This being said, with the 9 calories for fat and compared to carbs and proteins with only 4 calories per gram, you can see what you should concentrate on while eating, while still having a solid amount of fat for your health. If you ask yourself how you can track this and how you get a feeling for it, there are pretty good apps on the App Store or also in the internet, some good calculators where you can just plug in the food you actually eat by scanning the barcode or just typing in the name, and it gives you a good average so you can get a feeling for this. If you want to do that, then you know already your first variable of this easy calculation. And for the second one, there are also, of course, pretty easy calculators on the internet where you just plug in your age, weight, and the activity you do. And then you get an average on this part as well. And you can see, okay, for example, when I plug in my numbers, I have 2,500 I burn just by existing and doing some sports. And what I'm eating is about 3,000. Okay, so now I know why my body is gaining weight and storing energy, because of the 500 I'm in the plus. On the other side, if you do this the other way around, you want to lose weight, you have to come to a number where your calories in is lower than the calories you actually burn. And if there's only one thing you take away from this presentation, let it be the calories in versus calories out, because that is what counts, and not all the other diets and magic pills you can find on the internet. Unfortunately, it is so that you have to be some kind of disciplined to get disciplined, and you have to start seeing results to get disciplined to see more results. Yeah, so this, as I said, I just want to sum up some quick myths you read about the internet, which is carbs after 6 p.m., which is making you fat, or fats are bad, sugar is bad, whatever you name it is bad or makes you fat. And last but not least, you have to starve yourself, or you have to fast half of the day to lose weight. And as we just have learned, this is all not true, because in the end your body doesn't know what time it is. If you're on this side on the globe or in the other one, your body doesn't care. It's about the energy you eat and regarding in a day or even a week compared to what you're burning in the same time. So please remember this little guy. If you want to lose weight, again, he has to eat less bananas than he's burning in a day. On the other way, if he wants to gain weight, hopefully muscles and not fat, he has to eat more bananas than he's actually burning in an entire day. And that is actually how easy losing or gaining fat is. Just to sum up the quick takeaways of the whole presentation, a quick recap of the Oscar night. I want you guys to not judge too quick and be open-minded. So remember that bodybuilding is not only this, but bodybuilding is also some benefits and an interesting sport everybody can have a look at. Second of all is what I said, you have to have some discipline to get disciplined. Keep that in mind when it gets hard. That is what is rewarding. If it's not hard, everybody could do it. It's just a saying, but it is actually true. And also, coming back to the myths, as I said, try to get behind it and understand the science and the evidence behind it, and don't trust any myths and magic pills you can read on the internet. And as I said, the most important part for me, please understand it's calories in versus calories out, and always remember this little guy. And with this, I want to thank you all for your attention during this presentation.
Thank you very much, Daniel.